Okay, good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome back to class. It's nice to see you once again, and I hope you enjoyed and learned from last week. So, we're back again this week on our graphic design. And once again, my name is Varashi Shakunwa from DevCode Africa. And today, we will be talking on emphasis and focus in design. Emphasis and focus. So, let's go. Next slide, please. Now, imagine you are coloring a picture and you decide to use your bright color on a special part, right? Now, that part is like emphasis in design because it will stand out, and because you give it more attention, it becomes more important. So, when someone takes a look at it, he can point it out, standing out differently. It's just like contrast that we did last week. That you see one color standing out among others. So the same thing applies here. But this one you specialize it and gives it more importance, right? Let's go to the next slide. Now, let's talk about focus. You see, when you play with your toys, example, if you have a toy or you're playing and you pay more attention to one, it becomes more important in that moment, right? So that is what focus is all about. You putting your attention on just one thing. You just point your attention on just a specific thing. That is focus in design. So it grabs attention. So when you place emphasis on something, it pulls people's focus towards that thing. So they go hand in hand, right? So next slide, please. Now in design, focusing on one thing makes it stand out and become more noticeable. You see, just like when you focus on your favorite toy, like say during a playtime, or you focus on a certain game, you see that every other thing is not important again, just that thing. So that is how what happens in design. When you focus on one thing, it makes it stand out. There is emphasis. You emphasize more on it, and it becomes more noticeable. Right? So next slide. Now you see, in design also, when you focus on one element, let me say like color, shape, it becomes more important and grabs people's attention. Remember when we started earlier the class, we talked about designing. The aim of designing is to pass a message and to gain people's attention, right? So that is it. We use focus and emphasis to grab people's attention to specific information that is on our design. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So now here are pictures example. You can see from this, you can see the white chest is standing out. You can see the yellow is standing out. You can see the red is standing out because there's a special emphasis on it. So it grabs your focus towards that thing. The first thing that you notice there is that thing that is standing out apart from the others, right? Let's look at other examples. Next slide, please. Now, take a look at these umbrellas. The first thing that you notice in all of them is what is odd among them. You see the small dot here, you see the red among here, you see the colored umbrella, you see the red umbrella. So you realize that on looking at the picture, the first thing that grabs your attention is that thing, not any other thing else, but that thing that you want to stand out. So that is emphasis and focus in design. When you place more importance on just one thing to make it more noticeable. Okay, so next time when you're designing and you have an important message that you want to pass across, you can apply the principles of emphasis to gain people to focus on it. Okay, and that is that. Our class this is not going to be a long class actually, but the aim is to understand and get the concept one step at a time. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now here is an assignment. I want you to write in the comment section the most important thing in the pictures that you saw. I know I said them, but I still want you to write it in the comment section. What are the most important things that you noticed that stood out in those pictures that you saw? Okay, so write it down, and I will check it out. And I just want to know whether you're following and whether you understand the concept. Thank you so much for joining us. And I guess next slide, this is the end. Thank you so much for joining. And don't forget, in case you have any question, you can drop it and we'll attend to it. And you can also share and invite others to join us. Thank you and see you next week. Bye.